Hey tankers, how we doing today? This is going to be a little interim project in between all the major projects that I'm not getting anything done on. I figured I'd do this one. These two tanks I've had for a very long time. I got them both when I first got into RC tanking, and that was in 2013. Now this Tiger has really been worked over. It started out as an all plastic IMEX Tiger 1. It's been obviously repainted. It's now pretty much mostly metal. I had a metal turret on it for a minute there, but I don't really like the metal turrets. I don't think they're worth what they give you. I mean, yeah, they're metal, but sometimes the detail on plastic is even better. And once it's painted, you can't tell if it's plastic or metal. And the metal tanks were kind of too heavy for this upper hull. In their King Tiger, you can see that they had to add extra reinforcement to add the metal Henschel turret. But anyway, this tank is just incredible. It's got like 8 different voice soundtracks. It's got music. It's got 2 separate machine guns with separate switches and separate soundtracks. It runs on an ASP, which in my opinion is like the best board ever made for a tank. Unfortunately, it's out of production. But the point is that, like I said, I took this one and I just did all kinds of stuff to it, and it's pretty much finished. One thing that bums me out is that somewhere around here, I've got a new set of air cleaner hoses, the ones that have like the proper pattern on them, and I can't find them. So until I find them, I'm stuck with the plain plastic tubes that came with it. Now the Panther G, I got right about the same time, and I really haven't done anything to it. I put on metal tracks, sprockets, and idlers, and put 4-shaft ball bearing gearboxes in it. It still runs on the V2 electronics that it came with. It's still got the wrong 4-digit number that I didn't know any better back then. That's still the stock paint job. And all I've really done with it is just run it, and it's been a great runner. I even did a video asking if this was a tank that maybe a lot of people were overlooking, because this does not have the metal lower with the torsion bar suspension. It's basically got a hang-long lower with the coil spring suspension in it. And it's still got plastic road wheels, and everything else is all plastic except tracks, sprockets, and idlers. And this project is going to get rid of the V2 electronics. We're going to upgrade this to a V3. I'm going to take video at each step of the way. We got the kit right here. This comes from IMEX. It's not super expensive. It comes with the V3 transmitter, MFU, the speaker, the sound card, and the volume knob. All right, now for this one, I happen to have, this is the sound module specifically for Panther. Okay, so we're going to use that one. I think the kit comes with Tiger 1, but we're going to use that sound module, and we're going to swap in V3 electronics. And like I said, I'm going to take video at every step of the way. So if you've got an older tank that's running on, not so great electronics, and you want to step up to the V3, you might find some of this informative. Now, I should say that with this tank, with all the stuff that I've done to it, it's got an airsoft barrel recoil turret on it, and I've just really gone through it. But it's still an airsoft tank, and even with all the bells and whistles, it's still an airsoft tank, as is the Panther. So the whole point here is that with the state of today's electronics, the V3 from Tigen Toro, and especially the 6.0 and up from Henglong, they have really stepped up their game on electronics. The features now are really cool compared to what they were in 2013 when I started. So I kind of formed the opinion that for an airsoft tank, there's nothing wrong with stock electronics. They've now got really good sounds. They've got proportional rotation on the turret. The low-speed control is very good. They're just really good boards for just an airsoft tank. Now, if you're building a tank you want to take to Danville and battle with, then you're going to need something better. But for just putzing around in the yard and, aggravating the squirrels, I think this is just fine for any airsoft tank. I think these V3 stock electronics really do the job. So we'll swap that out. I'm going to do it in separate videos, but then I'll take the time to change them over to the other PC so I can use Windows Live Movie Maker to string them all together. And like I say, we're going to swap out the entire electronics package in this. Now, if there's anything that anybody specifically wants to see, if there's something that you've been wondering about or something you want me to emphasize or focus on, just leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to incorporate that into the video. So that's the deal, fellas. We're going to start on this through the week at night this week. It'll probably be like 2 weeks before I post another video on it. But the project is up and running. And we're going to swap out those nasty old V2 electronics with the German sound set that was applied to all of the tanks back then, and get it something decent. So until we have further progress, we'll see you next time.